welcome to Wednesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic. And yes, we've got more Fog of War for you today, this time in the form of Nori Nori Christmas by Sandra Nala. Now, we're doing this puzzle for two reasons, one of which I will come on to, but Sandra Nala, I think it is a name that is very well associated with Fog of War puzzles, which we have been loving on the channel for months now. And this one even has the bonus of being Nori Nori related, and some of you with long memories might remember when I did a Nori Nori puzzle on the channel. It must have been, I want to say, a couple of years ago now, but I basically lost my mind in the middle of it because I'd had to say Nori Nori so often that I ended up just saying Nori Nori in a continuous sentence for about 10 seconds. Anyway, that's by the by. This is the puzzle we're going to be doing today. On an autumnal day here in the UK. There's a weird light at the moment coming in through I have a window on this side of me, and it's absolutely beautiful, and I just took a photo of it, and the photo doesn't really do it justice, but I thought I would show you it. It's brighter than this. The sort of the oranges and the yellows, they look brighter to my eye than the camera captured, but that's sort of the view that I've got going on outside today. It's really very pretty, and it makes a change from the absolutely dire weather that we have had here in the UK recently. Anyway, let me get my mind in gear and get my mind in solving gear. What do I need to tell you about before we talk about Sandra Nala's puzzle? Firstly, thank you very much if you joined Mark and I last night on our stream. We did stream for a couple of hours the Chants of Sennaar, which is a brilliant game. We're both really enjoying it, and we will be back to that in the coming days. Maybe at the weekend. I'll have to pin Mark down for a time, but we're certainly intending to do more streams of that and to see if we can find our way out of we found 3 parts of Chants of Sennaar where we got stuck. There was a cemetery, a sort of temple, and something that looked like a rush hour puzzle, which you may have seen on the channel. So we're going to see if we can find our way out of that in due course. Now, the big news today is by the time this video goes live, our brand new Kickstarter will have launched. This is something we're very excited about. It's a new thing for us. It is basically a narrative-driven, it says it there, narrative-driven Fog of War Sudoku experience. The puzzles in which, or at least the first puzzles in which, are by Sandra Nala, and they are fabulous. So if you like Fog of War puzzles, you will automatically like this Kickstarter. There is also a brand new novella that accompanies this and sort of fits in with all the puzzles, that's been written by Peter C Hayward, the multi-talented Peter C Hayward. I'm sure, again, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you will know that name. And the artwork, you can see a bit of it there, is by Haleigh Mooney. So we're hoping to make this, and if it does get made, it will all be delivered before Christmas, so it's a perfect Christmas present, appropriate on a Nori Nori Christmas day. And yeah, there's going to be stretch goals, there's going to be all sorts of bonuses as well, so do have a look at that. I will put a link on the screen, for I should be able to do that now, which is exciting. And yeah, we'd love it if you checked it out. Any other news? I've got some birthdays to do, so let me wish Edvin in Sweden a very happy birthday. I hope I'm saying that right. Do I pronounce the V, or is it still a W? Edvin is how it's written. And this is from Thea, Rebecca, Maya, David and Eric. And Thea is going to investigate chocolate cake for you as well, Edvin. So happy days. I think it's going to be a great day. And then Teddy, it's your birthday today, and I know this because your boyfriend Jack wrote to us, and Teddy is apparently so good at Sudoku now that she is considering entering the UK Sudoku Championships next year. Do it, Teddy, do it. That's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Jack said that you don't tend to solve every day. You save them up and then do them as a sort of whirling dervish of activity. Which sounds great. I remember back when I used to compete in the World Sudoku Championship, I sometimes would room with David McNeil, who is he is a phenomenal Sudoku solver from Northern Ireland, and David wouldn't do much practice until actually the time of the championship, when he would basically just not sleep. His practice would involve him just solving just prodigious amounts of Sudoku all through the night, and then he would he would just continue on in the following day doing the Sudokus. But his brain was so unbelievably pliable that just that practice, just those few hours of practice, would turn him into a Sudoku solving robot. It was fantastic to witness. So Teddy, I think you might have a bit of that in you. So fantastic. Have a go next year and let us know how you get on. Right, that's all the news. I've wibbled on for long enough. I've talked about autumn, I've talked about Kickstarters, I've talked about streaming. Let's talk about Nori Nori Christmas by Sandra and Nala. These are the rules. We've got red cage numbers today. Christmas time is coming soon, and it's probably not too early to do some baking. Nala, that's Sandra's dog of course, is eager to help out with anything, but she may not be the best fit when it comes to cutting out the cookies and placing them on the tray so they don't touch each other when they go into the oven. Okay, she might need some help with that. Would you mind? Yeah, we can help with that, I'm sure. So normal Sudoku rules apply, i.e. we've got to place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. Digits in a dashed cage must sum to the value in the top left corner of the cage if given. Well, it's certainly given there. Those 3 cells, we are told, sum to 23. Digits may not repeat within their own cage. Nori Nori Christmas. Shade exactly 2 cells in each cage. Exactly 2 cells in each cage. Okay. Each shaded area forms a domino. Brackets cookie. Not necessarily within a cage. Shaded dominoes may touch diagonally but not orthogonally. Okay, so we're going to have to fill this grid with Nori Nori dominoes, or cookies. So if that was a Nori Nori domino, then any other Nori Nori dominoes, you can see how you can end up saying Nori Nori a lot, would have to be something like that or that. They couldn't be, that's not a valid Nori Nori domino because it's too close to this Nori Nori domino. It shares an edge, it's orthogonally connected to it, and that's apparently not the idea of the puzzle. A shaded domino functions as a black Kropki dot, i.e. digits in a shaded domino are in a ratio of 2 to 1. So if that was a Nori Nori domino, one of these digits would be double the other. It is possible for unshaded dominoes to be in a 2 to 1 ratio. Okay, so we could have non-Nori Nori dominoes, which are in a 2 to 1 ratio. It's just that any actual Nori Nori dominoes we discover have to contain digits which are in a 2 to 1 ratio. Digits separated by a white sugar decoration. That's going to be a white Kropki dot. A white sugar decoration dot are consecutive. Not all possible dots are given. Okay, so there's going to be some consecutive digits hidden under the fog. Additionally, the grid is partially covered in fog. Placing correct digits will clear the fog from surrounding cells, possibly revealing more clues. So this is the great fog of war mechanic. This was the whole reason that this Kickstarter is going, is basically, if I worked out what that digit was and put it in the puzzle, it would clear all of the fog from those squares, and therefore we would learn more about what's underneath the fog. Do have a go. These puzzles are brilliant. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. So these digits have to be 6, 8 and 9 to add up to 23 in 3 different digits. That's the only way of doing that in Sudoku. And 2 of these digits, I think it said, are Nori Nori digits. Yeah, okay. So I can see how to start this. This square here is a 9. How do I know that? Well, what we're told is that all Nori Nori dominoes that we construct have to operate like a black Kropki dot. So imagine we decided these were the 2 shaded cells in this 23 cage. Well, they couldn't function as a black Kropki dot because one of these digits cannot be double the other. So we cannot make any Nori Nori dominoes or any Nori Nori cells in this cage into Nori Nori dominoes that exist wholly within the cage. So this cell can never be shaded as a Nori Nori cell because it will connect with one of those shaded and make a domino. So that must be a 9, I think. And the other thing I'm eliding over there in knowing that is that 9 can never be on a black dot in Sudoku, because if you think about it, what digit could you accompany a 9 with? It would have to be either a 4.5 or an 18 in order for one of the digits to be double the other, and neither 4.5 nor 18 are valid Sudoku digits. 6 and 8 are absolutely black dotable, so I think we put 9 here. This is going to clear fog, hopefully. Oh, loads of stuff revealed. Okay, so let's take stock. What does this mean? So these two squares are now Nori Nori'd, so we've got to make those a colour. Let's make those purple. That feels quite Christmassy to me. And the 9 is not. Well, there's two things I can see here. The 9 is not Nori Nori'd. Let's use light green for that. But this square is also not Nori Nori'd, because if this was Nori Nori'd, we'd either have a triomino, a concept so ridiculous it couldn't exist in a Nori Nori Christmas puzzle, or we'd have two Nori Nori dominoes touching one another. So that's not possible either. So that means this square we've got to complete a domino for this one, so it's got to be that one. That square now is green because otherwise we'd have Nori Nori dominoes touching one another. I can see one more. I can see loads of things actually. This is very rare. This square is now not a Nori Nori. It can't be purple, because if it was, by the time we extend this into a domino, either way, this square will touch that domino and make it into a Nori Nori triomino. We mustn't do that, so that's got to be light green. This square here's got to be half of 6 or 8, because it can't be double 6 or 8, and be a valid Sudoku digit. We might get a 3 in the corner very quickly. Maverick's just taken off. It's all kicking off here. And okay, and in the 13 cage, there've got to be two Nori Noris. So that's got to be a Nori Nori cell. And again, this is either going to grow this way or this way, so this square can never be Nori Nori'd. Now, how do we do it then? We've got a cage that's growing out here, that's a 31 cage. That could join to this cage, but this cage... Did it say... Yeah, okay, we don't even know anything about how this cage grew. I was wondering whether this cage had to be part... have a clue in its top left-hand corner cell, which might mean it could be a cage like that, for example, but that's not even necessary. This could be a cage that wanders down here, because it doesn't even have to have a number in it. Right, so it's something else then. It's going to be... It's going... Well, okay, now I can see what it is. Yes, we should think about this digit, I think. Because a lot of high digits have gone in this box. 6, 8 and 9 are unavailable for this square. So yeah, one way of thinking about this is, where is 7? Is it necessary to put 7 in the 13 cage? Yes, is the short answer. Because if you didn't, the highest digits that would then be available for these 3 squares would be 3, 4 and 5, and 3, 4 and 5 only add up to 12. So there is a 7 in the 13 cage, and it can't go in a Nori Nori cell because 3.5 and 14 are not allowed. So that's 7. That's not going to clear fog though. So this square is now 3 or 4 by mathematics. No, it's not. 3 and 4 plus 7 is 14, not 13. Ah, well, that's good. No, that's helpful. Although it's not going to give us a 3 in the corner, is it? No, we can't have 2. If this was 3, that would be 3 as well for the mathematics, and that's too many 3s. So that's a 4 in the corner, and that's a 2. And we reveal more thingies. Which... Well, that did reveal more thingies, but not a great many thingies. I'm wondering how this 2 grows now. If it grows downwards, this has to be a 1 because it can't be a 4 anymore. And if it grows that way, again, this has to be a 1 because it can't be a 4. But I don't know if that's telling us... It tells us this square can't be a 1 because there will be a 1 in one of those squares. Yeah, but okay, we've got 1, 3 and 5 left to put in box 1. And... well, no, we can't really do any Nori Nori trickeries there, can we? Oh, I see what we can do. 4 has to be in a Nori Nori relationship with this digit, so that's 8. And that's going to give us a 6 here, and hopefully that's going to help us. Well, yes. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, okay. Right, that's huge. Because now I know how this Nori Nori domino becomes quorate, if you like. Completes itself, because what would happen if it went here? Well, then this would be a 3, but that would lead to the digits 1, 3 and 5 all being in this 31 cage, and 1, 3 and 5 add up to 9, and that would mean that these 2 digits have to add up to 22, and there's simply no way we can do that in 2 Sudoku digits, so that can't be purple. So that's purple and is therefore a 3. Hopefully, yeah, the pregnant pause as we put it in. That is a Nori Nori domino, so let's ring our Nori Nori domino with greenlinesses. There is only one Nori 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 cell. Nori 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 in this 31 cage. So that's got to be Nori Nori, and it seems to have to go there. And there's no 4 or 8 in that. And, well, that square, maybe it could be a 6. That would then be a 3. Might be possible. Not sure. Right. So what do we do now? That was exciting for a moment or two. Oh, yes. Okay. So I see. So making this Nori Noriable has made this Nori Nori finish. So that square's got to be a 1, and therefore be Nori Nori. It's tied by an indelible ligature to this cell here. Now that's therefore green. Yes, okay, I think this has to be a 1. Because don't we need to have a 1 in a 5-cell 17 cage? That feels right. 2, 3, 4... 5 and 6 add up to 20. So if there's no 1 in this cage, it would add up to at least 20. And these squares can't be 1 because of this one. So I think that has to be a 1. It's not going to... No, neither of these are going to clear fog, so hopefully that's right. Ah, yeah, here's a different way of proving that. Which I think that is right, but imagine that had been a 1. The 1 was in either of these 2 places. If this was a 1, these 2 squares add up to 4. And that would have mean those 3 squares have to add up to 27, and the maximum 3 different Sudoku digits can add up to is 24 if they're 7, 8, 9. Now, this is good. This is an 8, because these have to add up to 23 now by maths. And the only way of getting 23, I've already said this, is 6, 8, 9, and this square can't be 6 or 9. So I think that's 8, and it is 8. And that means, oh, this is lovely. So that's a 6 now, because 9 is not a valid valid black dot digit. So that's got to be 6. That's got to be 9. That's got to be 3. That's a Nori Nori. So let's ring the Nori Nori. This 12 needs a second Nori Nori. So that's Nori Nori. That's not Nori Nori by the logic we've looked at already, which is that it would create triominoes of Nori Noriness. Right, what does all this mean? I don't know. Do we know what those 2 add up to? They add up to 9, and they're not 3, 6 or 1, 8, so they're 2, 7, or they're not 4, 5 because of this 4, 5, so they're 2, 7. And that again tells us the ordering of the Nori Nori. 7 cannot go on this square because 3.5, 14 don't work, so that's 2, that's 7. I love this puzzle. It's just beautiful. It's not that difficult so far, but it is lovely. Now, what is going on? Well, this needs to join up to 1 or 4 in one of those two squares. What are those digits? They are 1, 1, 4, oh, 1 goes there. By Sudoku. Okay, so that's not what I was expecting, actually. Oh, I suppose this could be a 4. Okay, so there is... Yeah. Oh, this again, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. The way to look at this is to ask what digit this 2 attaches to. Now, a 2 could attach to a 1, except we've just put 1 in here in a non-Nori Noriable cell. So we can't make this one, and we can't make this one. So we know the 2 attaches to 4. Can the 2 attach to a 4 here? No, because the 4 would then repeat in this cage, because we know there's a 4 in one of these. So the only place the 4 can be is there, I think. Yes, so that's 4, that's 5, that's purple. Ring the purple Nori Nori with greenlinesses. We've only got 1 Nori Nori in this cage again, so this is a Nori Nori and that's a Nori Nori. And now that must be, I want to say that must be a 1-2 pair. Because that's the only Nori Nori, it's the only black dot digits from a Kropki perspective that we've got left in the puzzle. In fact, that's a 1 as well. So this is a 2 because it can't be a 1. That's a 1 and that's a 9 in the corner to complete the row. Isn't it beautiful? Right, those squares are now green. Let's actually pencil mark. It's against my better judgment, but let's do it. 3, 4, 5 in there. That's a naked single. That's a 3 because 4 and 5 are already in the cage. We probably have to think about this cage, but let's just label these digits first and have a think about them. So, well, first thing I'm thinking is that this has to be a Nori Nori from this cage because there needs to be 2 Nori Nori cells. So that's Nori Nori. Again, that allows us to greenify this by Nori Nori rules. And that's 10, isn't it? So these add up to 11 by a process of maths. So this is either 7 or 6, and that's perfect again. Because it can't be 7. We've already looked at this logic, so that's got to be a 6, I think, which means that's got to be the 3, because that can't be a 3. 6 comes out of these squares, that turns purple. These are all non-Nori Nori, that's non-Nori Nori. Oh, there's a cage here that's not got... No, it's got 1 Nori Nori. Oh, well, this can't be Nori Nori, because you couldn't join it to another Nori 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 Nori. No, Nori Nori. So that's Nori Nori, which means that square is now green. And we don't have a total for this cage, which is a bit rotten. Oh, that's good. No, this is lovely, though. This is lovely. How could this be an 8 is the next question I'm going to ask. And the reason it can't be 8 is I have to put an 8 in row 4. And if that's 8, you can't put an 8 again in the cage. So there's going to be an 8 in a 5-cell 17 cage. And if that's the case, the other 4 digits have to add up to 9. And 4 different Sudoku digits, the triangular number for 4 is 10. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. It is not 9. So that's got to be 7, I think. Okay, well, I still think that logic was right. In fact, by exactly the same logic now, that has to be 4, doesn't it? Because what we've learned as a result of thinking about this square is there is a 7 in one of those 3 squares, which means the other 4 digits in this cage are 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we can't put 5 in. So there's got to be a 4 in one of these. And a 2 and a 3. So this square is a 2 or a 3. And that's got to be a 4. So that's 4, that's 5, that's 8. Okay. And now I feel like I'm getting stuck all of a sudden, which is... I thought about we have to put an even digit on this white... What's it described as a sugary dot, a white sugar decoration dot. That's almost as much of a mouthful as Nori Nori. This has to either have a 6 or an 8 on it because it can't have a 2 or a 4. So then the way to think about white dots is always remember It's a fatuous point, but it's so important in Sudoku. There must always be one even digit and one odd digit on a white dot. Oh, where's 3 in there? Sorry, that's totally obvious. That's an easy point. So these squares are 2, 4 and 7. Which feels like it's putting a lot of pressure on this digit now. Doesn't that have to be 6 or 8 as the only black dot digits that are left available? If you can't use 1, 2, 3 or 4, you've only got 6 or 8. So if this was 6, you couldn't attach it to a 3, could you? This 3 and this 3 pinch the possible connections. So I think that has to be 8. Connecting to a 4, but I don't know if we know where the 4 goes. Can't immediately. Well, what we do know now is there's no 8 on this white dot, so there is a 6 on it, and there's no 7. That's absolutely beautiful. So this is 5, 6, which is not. That's not doing anything, I don't think. Oh, I see what you've done here. Very good, very good. Look at the 17. I've not put any Nori Noris in it. It must have 2 Nori Noris, so those are Nori Noris. And that completes this dot, which means it must be a 4. Which means this is now green. The 3 must attach to a 6. And where does it get that from? Not here. So that must be a 6, Nori Nori'd. It's just brilliant, isn't it? So that does all those. We've got another cage here that's unsubstantiated, if you like. We don't know what the total is. Oh, now here's a thought. We have a 7 cage that has to have 2. It's got to have 2 thingies, 2 Nori Nori cells in it. But you can't make 2 Nori Nori cells in. If this was just a 2-cell cage like that, there's no way you can make it add up to 7, because any black dot will always add, the digits on it will always add up to a multiple of 3. And you can think about that, because one of the digits is double the other, so one of them will be 2x and one of them will be x. So the sum of the digits on the black dot are 3x divisible by 3. 7 is not divisible by 3. So this must be well, it must be 1, 2 and 4, but they are all Nori Nori digits. So we can label these up with 1, 2 and 4, but so the 3rd digit there is in one of those cells. Okay, I don't see how to do that immediately. These squares can't be 4, can they, because of this 4? And well, we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay, so this is an 8-cell cage, so it's only missing one of the digits from 1 to 9. And that means, I'm thinking about these digits. One of these might not be in this cage, but the other 2 have to be. And they obviously can't go in those squares, can they? I think this is telling me this is a 3. But I just think that feels right, doesn't it? I mean, we've got 8. We can miss 1 digit out from this cage. So I could miss one of these digits out, but the other 2 would have to be in it. And where would they be once they're in it? They've got to be down here. But this square here can't be 2 or 7, so it must be 3. That's right, and therefore this square must be 2 or 7, and is the other one of these that doesn't appear anywhere in this cage. Now, do we know? Well, we do. This is this is not a Nori Nori. This is a non-Nori Nori digit. That's a lot of negativity in a in a sentence, because there have already been 2 Nori Noris in this cage. And I think we're told there are exactly 2. I'm sure we're told that. I've certainly assimilated that into my brain's rule set for this puzzle. Shade exactly 2 cells in each cage. Yeah. So so this is actually green. And well, maybe we check the bottom 2 digits of this column where we need 4 and 5. Well, that means these squares can't be 4, so these are a 1-2 pair, and that does the order of the 2 and the 7 in box 4. And if that's a 2, now that's a 7. Now that must be 4 to add up to 7 there. So that's 4, that's 5. There's a 30 cage that's appeared. And well, do we know? I mean, I can see those 2 could join and those 2 can join within the 2 cells I need to allocate for this one. I have a feeling there's a way we can resolve that, but I can't see what it is. Maybe I should pencil mark this row. Oh, where's 9 in row 4? That's a very easy question to answer. So this is now 5 or 6. 2, 3. What next, I wonder? What are these digits? These are 6, 8, and there's 6, 8, 9. So they add up to 23. So that's 28 if I include this one. Right, that's useful actually. So this is a 30 cage that's got 28 in it already. So it must only have 1 more cell. And it must be a 2, because obviously we can't add 2 1s to a cage. Right, now what does that mean? That's right, I see what that means. This is gorgeous again. It's a lovely way. The way this rule set works, it's just brilliant, Sandra. So okay, what I'm thinking is I've got to make 2 of these digits in the 30 cage Nori Nori digits. Now, none of them, the Nori Nori digits can obviously not be 9, because there is no valid partner. They can't be 5, there's no valid partner. And they can't be 6 in these positions, because although there is a 3, it's not a Nori Nori digit. It's specifically a non-Nori Nori digit. So the only digits that can be Nori Nori'd in the 30 cage are the 2, that's that one, that's Nori Nori that, and the 8. But the 8 in this box has to join orthogonally to a 4. So I think that means this is 8 and this is Nori Nori. And that means none of these are Nori Nori. That becomes Nori Nori but must go this way. So that's a Nori Nori pair. But this can't be... So this can't be 1 because that would be 2. So this I think is 2. It's beautiful, isn't it? So that's 1, that's 8. This is a 6-9 pair. That's resolved by the top of the grid. Now we must be able to do something now. 4 and 8 here, and 5 and 9 there. The Sudoku looks correct, doesn't it? And we've had 1 Nori Nori in this one. So it's got to be another. Oh, we can ring that with greenlinesses. Let's do that. This one has to join there and can't join to 1, so that must join to 4. Yes. That means that's Nori Nori. These are not Nori Nori, and that's not Nori Nori as well. And presumably, this is quite a big cage. That's got 4, 5, 6, at least 7 cells in it. What about this column? We need 3, 5, and 7. So where's 5 in it? It's got to go there because of this 5, 6 pair. So that must be 3, that must be 7. And now these squares have got to be 1, 2, and... Oh, the 1 goes there. There we go. Sudoku helps us. That fair weather friend. and yes. Okay, so now I'm going to come and look at this cage where I have to put another Nori Nori cell in. Now that could be a Nori Nori cell and join to the 1 if it was a 2. But this one couldn't be. If this was Nori Nori'd, it couldn't be 5. 5, 2.5 and 10 are not valid. And it can't be 6, because where would you put the 3? Only there, and it would clash in a variety of ways. So I think this has to be Nori Nori'd, and this has to join it. So that's a Nori Nori. These are not Nori Nori. That's a 2. That's a 9. That's a 9. That's a 5. And can we do the 4 and the 8? Oh, we can do the 5 and the 6. By Sudoku, of all things. Right. I don't know quite what that... Oh, I do see what that means. Where does 1 go in row 5 now? It can't repeat in this cage. So I think it's got to go there. And that's going to do, well, maybe something. 2. Oh, this is a naked single. I think I need 2, 4 and 8 in row 5. And this can't be 2 or 8. So I think that's got to be 4. And that's going to fill these digits in. That's now a 2. That's a 6 by Sudoku. These squares are 5, 7 and 8. I'm going to put them all in and then see what I can get rid of. And get rid of 8 from here, 5 from here. Chocolate teapot triple is what we get left with. Bother. That can't be Nori Nori'd because it's totally isolated in a sea of non-Nori Noris. So one of these is Nori Nori. If that was Nori Nori, it would be 8. It would need a 4, which would have to be there, and it could be. That's probably right. Or, well, what's that digit actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. That could be 5. And it could be 6, I think. But it can't be 7, 8 or 9. So this is very restricted. If this is 5, that's 7, 8. That's 5. I mean, one thing I can say here is that this square can't be Nori Nori, can it? Because it can't join to a 2 that is capable of being Nori Nori. And that's the only thing that 1s can join to. But we don't know where this cage goes down column 9. Alright, let's try and do some more Sudoku. We could do 6, we can do this, 7 and 6 in this column. Go in, and these squares are 3, 8, 9, which, that's another, I think it's another chocolate teapot. I really do. That can't be 3, that can't be 8, and that can't be 9. Oh, bother. What about... is anything repeating in any of these cages like this digit? Is that a problem? If that was 8, this would be 5, 7, that would be 8, this would be 6. Might be possible, mightn't it? Alright, let's try this digit then, which by a medium of Sudoku is either 1. Oh, it is 1. There are 4 1s. If you double click all the 1s, I can see there are 4 1s looking into box 9. That might be helpful. Yes, it is helpful. Oh. Or is it? Yes, no, it is helpful. Because this 1 can't be Nori Nori now. Because it would have to join to 2, and those 2 squares by Sudoku can't be 2. So that's green, which means this square must be the second Nori Nori for this one, and it must come sideways, and it can't be 9. So that's 3, which must join to 6, which must join, makes this a 5, makes that a 7, makes that an 8, makes that a 5. And what else is that doing? So this, right, that's a domino. That's green, that's green. 8 is in the same cage as a 9, that's lovely. So, although we could have done that a different way, I've just seen, but I didn't spot it. So these are 3 and 7. Are we going? Yes, we are. We are! That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Okay, so now we're going to finish the Sudoku, I think, because I can't see how we would be prevented from doing that. So that's 8, that's 9, but we haven't done the Nori Nori. Ah, no, I've broken it. I have broken this because this cage has not got 2 Nori Noris in it. And I can't see how to create 2 Nori Noris in it. I've got 2 9s in this row. Botheration. What did I do? Oh, I wonder if it's this 4. It is that 4 that's wrong. Oh, thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that. This is 2 9. Okay, so this is 9. That's 2. That's 4. And that looks better, doesn't it? And that's 8. Whoa. So the Nori Nori has saved me here, because this has to be 8. Well, it is 8, but it needs to have a friend that's Nori Noriable. That does that. Now I've got 2 thingies in this cage. Oh, hang on, have I? Yes, so none of that needs to be Nori Nori'd. And that's, I think, the solution to the puzzle. Now, that was a bit of a flurry at the end, so I'm just going to pause and check that I think I've put 2 shaded cells into every cage. I think I did. Let's click tick. Oh goodness, I was worried because that didn't look like the normal message you get when you click something, but it looks like it says, yay, congrats. Solution looks great. All the cookies have been successfully transferred to the oven. Yummy. But wait, does Nala's cracker box look emptier suddenly? Hopefully she didn't mix some of her treats into the cookie dough. Yes, I do hope that. That was wonderful, wasn't it? Just a beautiful puzzle again from Sandra and Nala, with a bit of Nori Nori. I don't know what... Oh, there's a bot that works out how many times I say things in videos. I wonder what the spread would be on the word Nori in this video. I'm going to go for 148. That might be too small. I'm going to go for it anyway. 148 Nori Noris. Put your guess in. See who was right. Don't cheat. Loved it. Thanks very much to Sandra and Nala. Thank you for watching. Check out the Kickstarter, which is full of Sandra and Nala's fog puzzles. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.